Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 12. Module 12 is in the middle of our cause and effect unit. So we're still working on that cause and effect essay. The purpose of this module is to give you a chance to get some feedback from yourself in a self-edit and to revise your essay a little bit before turning in your final draft in the next module. So in this essay, we're just spending one extra module on it compared to the previous essay, just trying to give you a little bit more time to make sure you're going over your own writing and giving yourself a good revision and pointing out some mistakes to yourself. One of the most important tools that you have as a writer is your ability to critique your own writing. And so it can be difficult to read back over something that you've written and to really see what the problem areas are. And so that's the purpose of this module. So I'll show you what we're working on here. And you're not actually doing anything new other than the punctuation quiz. So the grammar review for this unit is other punctuation, essentially. It's over apostrophes and then semicolons, colons, dashes, and that kind of thing. And so these are this is the last new grammar quiz that you will have. And so we're just looking at different types of punctuation that students typically have problems with. So apostrophes are a common issue, as well as use of things like semicolons versus colons, that kind of thing. So you'll take that quiz, and then the other thing that you're going to do is submit your essay for a self-edit. So what you're going to do is, let me show you, I think this is the readings. So the readings have to do with finishing well, making sure that you are developing your writing and that you are self-editing your own essay. This video is a really good one for just tips for helping you to self-edit. One of the things that you might think about doing is reading it out loud. You can also, if you have a printer, you can print it out and go over it and then record your corrections through Canvas. So there's a lot of different ways that you can self-edit, where you'll be surprised if you haven't looked at something for a few days, maybe a week, and you go back in and you start to read over your own writing. You will find quite a few of your own mistakes. And it always surprises me the number of students who never read their own essay before they submit it for a grade. And so this is the process of doing that in the form of an assignment. So the self-edit is you're going to complete this assignment, you'll hit start submission and you will submit the exact same draft that you submitted in the previous unit. So on the rough draft assignment in Module 11, you submitted a draft of your cause and effect essay. For this assignment, you can use that exact same draft. Some students do end up adding more. So if their draft that they submitted in Module 11 was incomplete, then they may end up actually adding more to it and making sure that it's complete before they submit it, but you don't have to. You can submit the exact same draft. The point of this assignment is to give yourself feedback. So I am not going to give you feedback on this one. I'm going to give you feedback on the version that you submitted in Module 11. So to give yourself feedback, you are going to go over here to submission details. And I've submitted an assignment that does not fit the assignment criteria, but I have submitted an essay file so I can show you this. And then you're going to hit view feedback. And this is the same way that you're going to view instructor feedback, which hopefully you figured out by now. And it pulls up this document viewer box, and then there's this little arrow right here that expands the document viewer so that you can see your paper in a full screen view. And so what you're going to do then is you have all of these editing tools up here that you can use in order to leave yourself feedback. So you can use the little bubble comments and type something if you notice a misspelled word or something you want to add. The highlighter tool is really useful because you can highlight a section and leave yourself feedback in that way. You can strike out wording that you don't want, so that's useful as well. And then the drawing tool is kind of if you really need to, point out a section to yourself, then you can also leave feedback in that way. So let me You can leave feedback for each one of these in a comment form. And then that way it'll be visual on the screen what you're doing. As soon as you make a comment and you click off of it, it stays on the draft. So you'll just hit escape, maybe, and it will go back to the screen, and those comments will be saved on there, and then I can view those comments when I go in to look at your essay draft. So you're leaving this feedback for yourself on your own draft. So again, you went there, submission details, and then view feedback, and then you left those comments on. So you have to leave at least 10 comments. And then what you're going to do is in that comments box, you're going to answer the 7 questions on page 78, revising your own writing. And so on the submission details page, there's a comment box, and you can just number them, number 1, and leave your answer to that question about your own essay, and number 2, and so forth. And then you'll save that. Now for this, you can actually add multiple comments. So some students answer each question individually, and that's fine too, particularly if this is something that you may want to go in and do over a period of time. And so you don't have to feel like you have to answer all of those questions at once, because you can't edit the comment once you have posted it. And so if you need to just post it and then answer the other questions later, that's fine too. So that's the assignment for the cause and effect essay self-edit. You're leaving feedback, 10 annotated comments. So using either the highlighter or the drawing tool or the bubble commenter. You're going to leave 10 of those on your own draft, and then you're answering the questions. Obviously, now that you've looked over your own writing, you should make those changes to your draft, and that will be in the next unit. So in the module 13 is when we'll turn in the cause and effect essay itself. And so you're leaving this feedback. You'll get feedback from me on the rough draft in the previous unit. And so then you'll have 2 places to look in order to make changes to your final draft to submit for the next essay or for the next module. So as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope